Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into our Sunday afternoon live stream. Hope you're having a lovely afternoon out there this afternoon, and wherever you're watching us and listening to us on this Sunday afternoon, then I just hope you're having a lovely time. So we're going to be here until around 5 o'clock. We may extend it a little bit beyond that today, depends how much interest we get with our stream today. We may extend a little bit. It just depends how many questions we have to get through. Been a big day at Gav's Web. I tell you what, let's put the camera on. So before I do anything else, let's enable the camera. There we go. So webcam is on. Hello and good afternoon to all of you. So as I say, the first thing we're going to do is talk about the NAO forecast. So it's been quite a big day today. Quite a big update release at Gav's Web is the Winter 2020-21 NAO forecast. And when we release NAO forecast, it's always quite a big day at Gav's Web. So there'll be quite a bit of interest about that. I think there'll be quite a few people asking us about our NAO forecast. So that's going to be the first thing that we'll talk about. We're also going to have a look at Peitao Peng's Analogues for the Winter 2020-21 in this live stream. So, of course, you know that over the past couple of months while I've been doing these live streams, I've been showing you the once monthly update from Peitao Peng and his Analogues. So I'm going to show you those later on in the live stream. We haven't been able to do Gav's Web this sunny roundup today, so I thought we'd have a look at the shorter range models as well at weathercentral.de, given that we haven't been able to look at the shorter range and so on. So going to be quite a busy stream, got a lot to get through, and that's what I'm thinking that if there's a lot of interest, I might extend it for 15 minutes or so, but we'll see where we are at the end of the live stream. I've been seeing you all chatting away while I've been sitting here doing this, so I know that you've all been having a good time, and please continue to chat with one another and ask me any questions that you want, particularly about the NAO forecast. Of course, if there's anything you want to know about the NAO forecast, then I'm more than happy to share that with you. So we've got 45 concurrent viewers right now, so hello and good afternoon to all of you. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're up to 48 now, so it's coming up all the time. Please give us a like on the video. Let us know, let YouTube know that you've enjoyed this, or you're enjoying this live stream, and when the live stream is over, that they'll know that you have enjoyed it as well. So what did we think about the NAO forecast, Ben? I hope you enjoyed it. Maybe it was a little bit of a surprise. Maybe it wasn't particularly surprising to you. Let me know in the live chat what you thought about the NAO forecast. It was quite a complicated forecast to get together this year, given the fact that we had conflict signals within the sea surface temperature anomaly maps themselves. So if you've seen the NAO forecast itself, you'll know that the old version, which is the version that we primarily used actually for this, you'll know that the old version of the sea surface temperature anomaly maps that didn't really point to a tripod. It was quite close to it, but didn't quite get to the level of a tripod. The new version of the sea surface temperature anomaly maps actually shows a tripod, and so it left me in a bit of a quandary about how far to go. I think in the end I've judged it about right. I think in the end, judging that at like neutral to swinging the pendulum ever so slightly to weakly negative is probably the right way for the forecast to go. But I was in a little bit of a quandary about how far to go with it. I could, if I just doing it on the new version of the sea surface temperature anomaly maps, and that's the version I'll be using next year, I suppose. And if I was just using the new version, then I probably would have called a proper negative NAO winter, a proper tripod. based on those. So it was an interesting forecast. It was quite a difficult forecast to get together. So I hope you've all enjoyed it. Anyway, I'm going to go through the live chat in a moment and see what you're all saying. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here and getting involved in the live stream. Now, our moderator, Savvy, is with us, so if everybody can say hello and good afternoon, and thank you very much for moderating to Savvy, that would be absolutely fantastic. Savvy is having a very interesting day as well today. Savvy has released the 35th episode, the final episode of his 1.16 survival series, so he's been building that up on his channel over the past 2 or 3 months, and today is the final episode, and it's really amazing. So when we're finished with this live stream, you can all go over to Savvy's channel and have a look at his 35th and final episode of 1.16 survival series. Then that would be absolutely great, and yeah, it's been a really epic journey that Savvy has created there. So do go over to Savvy's channel. We link to it from our channel, so go to Savvy's channel and have a look at that. And it's really great, really epic stuff. So well done to Savvy for creating that. We're edging our way up to 60 concurrent viewers, so this is going to be quite a big stream, I think. But I was expecting it to be quite big, so that's one thing. We might extend it just a little bit for a few minutes at the end of the video. But it depends how much it depends how much interest that we've got. And my good friend Richard Trott is with us as well. So good afternoon to you, Richard. I think we may even get an appearance by Analogues guru James Acril later on. So I'll give James a good shout out as well, Analogues guru, if James checks in with us. I'm not sure he's going to be able to or not, but I think he was on the live chat on Friday when we did that little live stream on Friday night. So I told James to come back and I'll give him a proper shout out in this one. So yes, if James checks in later on, then we'll all say hello to our Analogues guru. Right, let's have a look and see what you're saying then. So if anybody got any questions about the NAO forecast, of course that's the primary reason for doing our live stream today. Well, we do a live stream every Sunday, but this is particularly focused on the NAO forecast. So if anybody's got any questions that they want to know about the NAO forecast and whatnot, then please fire away, and that would be absolutely great. So very first comment in is Joran. Let's have a look. It's Joran Delarek, I think. I probably got that wrong. So sorry, Joran or Jean. By the way, when I'm looking at the live chat, you know I have problems. I have a few problems with my eyes. So sometimes I do have to pull the glasses down a little bit to be able to focus, and occasionally I might have to take the glasses off completely to be able to see what you're saying. It's one of the reasons I haven't had the webcam enabled on the live stream until like a week or so ago, because you don't get to see all of that's going on behind the scenes. But my eyes aren't all that good, especially this right eye. If anybody's ever noticed, it does sort of it kind of droops down a little bit, and it doesn't look very good. And it's all because of what happened to me a few years ago when I had shingles and so on. And so sometimes I do need to pull the glasses down or even take them off to be able to focus on what you're saying. But anyway, we shall get through it, I'm sure. So, the very first person in, and I've probably got the name wrong, is Joran Declarek, I think that is, saying hello, or whether it's good afternoon. So good afternoon, Joran. Always great to see new afternoons, and always great to see new people getting involved in the live stream. So that's absolutely great. Thank you so much, Joran, for doing that. We've also got Callum Turley with us saying, hi, Gavin. Callum's asking for a shout out. So shout out to Callum. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, everybody who I pick out in the live chat gets a shout out, really. But good afternoon, Callum. Thank you for being with us. Luke R is with us. So good afternoon, Luke. Thank you so much for being with with us this afternoon. Scrolling down the chat. I was watching you chatting away. It's always very nice when I'm setting up the live streams to you know, see you chatting away and see what you're all saying. So it always sort of calms me down a little bit, reassures me that I'm not going to just be talking to dead air. If you know what I mean, that there's going to be somebody that I'll be talking to when I'm live streaming. So that's why I start live streams a little bit early these days. I start them around 45 minutes to an hour before we start streaming. It's always because it's nice just to see people, you know, building up the chat, and I know then that everything's going to be great with the live stream. As long as the live stream actually starts, of course. We're getting very close to 70 concurrent viewers, so hello, good afternoon, and thank you for tuning in, all of you. Later on in the video, or in the live stream, we're going to have a look at some observational data. I think there's thunderstorms kicking off in some parts of the country. If you've got thunder, let me know, by the way. It sort of built up here this morning. The sky looked really thundery here in Northants this morning, around sort of mid to late morning over lunch. I thought was going to get a really big storm going. But it's all pushed off up north, I think, and all that's happened here is that it's just gloriously sunny and really, really warm as well. Yeah, but those sort of big clouds that were building up here, they're pushed up north, I think. So some places are definitely having big storms right now. So if you've got a storm going on while you're listening to this, do let us know through the live chat. By the way, a super chat is enabled for this live stream, and you can donate to a stream through Streamlabs. You don't have to, but it's a way of flagging up your comment. It's going to be quite a busy stream, so I doubt I'll have time to get everybody's comments in. If I miss anybody, then I'm really, really sorry about that. I always feel very bad when people's comments get missed, but it's just inevitable that when you have a very busy stream, you can't answer everybody's comments, particularly when you've got quite a bit of screen sharing to do, as we have in this one. So if you want anything answered desperately, you can flag it up through Super Chat or through Streamlabs, I think, but definitely you can flag it up through Super Chat, and that will sort of highlight it to me, and then you'll definitely get an answer. Otherwise, as always, just a case of me going down through the chat and picking out as many comments as I can. Global Weather Updates is with us, saying looks like it's going to be a very interesting winter week, La Nina, negative NAO, solar minimum, etc. Yes, indeed. Global weather updates. I think the early signals do look pretty interesting for this winter, but of course these are very, very early signals. It's very, very early days about it. So I think we just need to wait and see, really, and see how things progress through the course of this summer. ENSO is interesting. Because it looks like we're going to have quite a weak La Nina, but it is very early days on that. And I wouldn't totally rule out the chance that this La Nina could start to escalate, could start to snowball, if you like, because it's really early days still for ENSO events. They get more powerful through the summer and into the autumn, and they're never modelled all that well, and particularly so for La Ninas. El Ninos tend to be modelled a little bit better, I think, but I'm not sure what the reason for that is. But it always seems to be La Nina that's not modelled all that well, and I wouldn't totally rule out the chance that this La Nina could start to snowball and escalate, because the sea surface temperature anomalies in the equatorial Pacific are dropping relatively quickly at the moment, and have been for a few weeks now. So I think we don't particularly want a moderate or strong La Nina if we want a cold winter. We want to keep the La Nina at a quite a weakish sort of level. We don't want it spiralling into a very strong event. So yes, I think we need to keep a close eye on what's happening with La Nina, but otherwise the very early signals do look quite interesting for this winter. But then, as I always say, all it takes for us is one thing to go wrong, and it'll scupper everything else. So it is really early days, and we don't begin the winter updates till September. Of course, we're getting close to 80 concurrent viewers. In fact, we have hit 80 concurrent viewers. So hello, and thank you so much to all of you for tuning in. In around 5-10 minutes or so, we're going to have a look at some shorter range model output. We'll see what's going on with the observational data as well. And then later on in the live stream, probably in around 30-40 minutes, we'll have a look at Peitao Peng's Analogues for the winter of 2020-21, which I'm sure quite a few of you are waiting to see. As I said, we might extend this live stream a little bit longer, perhaps do an extra 15 minutes or so, but we'll see how things are looking at 5 o'clock. Right, let's go down through the chat then. So, global weather update saying interesting, think it's more on the negative side. So, yeah, I think if we had to... I talked to you about this in the video, about like a pendulum swinging one way or another. So if you can imagine a swingometer, and by the way, we're probably going to start bringing you a swingometer within the winter updates, actually. I've been talking about this with my good friend Richard Traw, and I think we probably will actually start including a swingometer in the winter updates. So it's quite a useful way of being able to determine, you know, the trend that each update is taking you to as you're building up the bigger picture. So kind of like think of a pendulum pointing down at neutral, at a neutral NAO, and then think that on the right hand side of that pendulum you would have a positive NAO, and you would go from a weak positive NAO to a moderate positive NAO to a strong positive NAO, and then on the other side of the pendulum, on the left hand side of the pendulum, you would have a negative NAO, and you would go from like weak negative to moderate negative to strong negative, and that's like the range, all the way from the ultimate range, all the way from a strongly negative NAO winter to a strongly positive NAO winter. Our pendulum is pointing at neutral. It's pointing directly at 6 o'clock, if you like. But if we was to swing that pendulum slightly one way or the other, I would tend to swing it ever so slightly into weakly negative. I would tend to swing that pendulum just ever so slightly towards weakly negative, because I think out of all of the years that we looked at that were closest to this year, 2017 was definitely like the best match in terms of the Atlantic sea surface temperature anomaly setup. And we also have to factor in that on the new version of the sea surface temperature anomaly maps, it did appear that we actually had a tripole going on. So that pendulum, for me, would swing slightly to the left, would swing slightly into weakly negative. And so, yes, I think weakly negative is where we're looking at in terms of our sort of prediction, neutral to weakly negative. Okay, let's carry on down, and we'll see that we've got loads of comments, so thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. So Barrison is with us. I think Barrison's got some low cloud. We've got Iceman with us saying good afternoon, Gab, and everyone. So good afternoon, Iceman. Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. Craig R is here, Craig R98, saying, hey Gav, over 1,000 views already, you must be pleased. Yeah, the Nao Forecast is always one of the biggest videos that we do, Craig. It always gets several thousand views over several months. Generally, the Nao Forecasts are like from finish up around 10 to 15,000 views. I did have one that I did a couple of years ago, and I never knew why it happened, really, but I did one in 2018, and it was pointing towards a positive NAO. It's quite a strongly positive NAO, actually, but that one went over 30,000. I think it went around 32 or 34,000 views. I never knew why that one did that particularly, but generally the NAO forecasts finish up somewhere around 10 to 15,000 views, which is just about the biggest video that we do through the year. So yeah, it always gets a big audience, always gets a big response. We normally do it at the beginning of July. I've done it a little bit earlier this year because everything's been so down. We're without Glastonbury, you know, we're without the Glasto updates. At this time of year, I'd normally be doing updates for all the Glasto people. If anybody is here that follows me and through Glasto, then hello and good afternoon to you. And sorry we're not able to bring you Glasto updates this year, but we'll be back next year. I did have a really good idea about that, actually, actually. Let me know in the live chat what you think. I was going to do, this year, I was going to do a live stream for Glastonbury weather. So I normally only show, it's normally like a 10-minute video, and I'll show the GFS, but I thought I was planning to do a live stream that would last around an hour, going through several models and looking at all the different possibilities for the Glastonbury Festival. We do it live, I take questions and so on, and I thought it's going to be really, really great. But of course the coronavirus put pay to that. But definitely we'll do that next year. I think we'll do a live stream for the Glastonbury Festival goers next year, because they're always really great to me, and I love doing updates and forecasts for the Glasgow goers. So I think we'll do something a little bit special for them next year when everything, hopefully, is back to normal. Craig is telling me that it's 21 degrees. Jamie, good afternoon, Jamie. Thanks so much for tuning in. Jamie's telling me it's 22 degrees where he is, and a dark sky to the south. So maybe the showers are closing in, Jamie. We'll have a look at the radar, and we'll have a look at some observational data in around 5 minutes or so and see what's going on. Jamie's up in Aviemore. Luca is saying, Gav, the rain we had in the past couple of days has helped, but not enough. So yeah, we probably need a bit more, Luke, especially for my garden. Bokan the Humble is here. Or Bokin the Humble is here. Sounds a little bit like Jabba the Hutt, doesn't it? Saying, it's nice and warm here. Yeah, so there we go. Moving down the chat, we've also got Jamie saying, seems a few storms around today. Maybe they will get going more widely next week. There could be some big storms around on Tuesday in particular, Jamie. There could be pretty widespread storms on Tuesday. My good friend Adrian Major is here. So good afternoon, Adrian. Thank you so much for being with us on our live stream this afternoon. Saying, afternoon, Gab, afternoon all. Hope you're all doing okay on what is a very warm and sunny day. Now, yes, it's the same here, Adrian. It built up this morning. I thought we were going to have a cracking storm this afternoon, because this morning we had really big mushrooming clouds, and it looked like we got a proper old storm brewing. But it's all pushed off up north, and this afternoon we've just had glorious sunshine. It's been a lovely afternoon, I have to say. Really warm and sunny, but I would have liked a nice storm, really, but not yet. The wait goes on for a really good storm here. So we've also got Jonathan Whitty's here. Jonathan Whitty saying, first live chat, lots of sea fog until 1 p.m. Now sunny with a light breeze. Yes, it has been quite a lot of low cloud and murk and mist and whatnot around the coast, Jonathan, particularly the east coast. I know you are close to the east coast, aren't you? So yeah, been pretty cloudy, pretty misty around those coastal fringes over the past couple of days. Iceman is saying, missed all the thunderstorms yesterday as they passed my southwest. We just got clipped by one. Iceman. Excuse me, we just got clipped by a thundering shower here where I am in West Northants around 7 o'clock yesterday. It just sort of gave us a glancing blow, but I think it's more over towards sort of Daventry, Rugby, that sort of area. But it's very, very close. It does happen where I am. It does happen quite a lot because we're in a valley. Our village is in a valley, and the storms tend to sort of pass round the valley, if you see what I mean. So that does happen quite a bit, actually, but it's nice to hear some thunder. We did see a few flashes of lightning yesterday evening as well. I think Savvy had a cracking storm in North Wales, and I saw on Twitter lots of people posting pictures and videos and things of really dramatic lightning, and yeah, there was a lot of storms around last night, but as I say, we just had a glancing blow from one. So we're hovering somewhere between 80 and 90 concurrent viewers at the moment. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to have a look at some observational data and the radar in a moment, and we will have a look at the shorter range models as well, given that we have been unable to show you the shorter range today due to not doing Gav's or Weathervid's Sunday Roundup. Right, okay, let's see what you're saying then. So, it's been so busy in the live chat. It's absolutely amazing how much interest there are in our live stream. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. I've lost my place in the live chat, so I'm going to scroll back up and try and get back to where I was. So really busy in the live chat. There's something else that goes on behind the scenes. You don't tend to see this because I'm usually not on the camera, so you don't get to see when I've lost my place in the stream. I've got to scroll back up and try and get back to where I was. So let's start with Xiao. So I may have missed a few people out, but we'll start with Ambiticus. Ambiticus is saying, hey guys, was just wondering, do you like thunderstorms and heat? I absolutely love it. I don't mind a good storm, Ambiticus. I do quite like a bit of thunder, I must admit. Unfortunately, we don't get as much thunder here as you would hope we would do. But I do like a good storm. I'm okay in moderate heat, so anything up to around 30, and I'm okay with that. Probably up to around 32, I'm okay. If it gets any higher than that, if it gets any higher than like 90 Fahrenheit, 32 centigrade, then I do start to wilt a little bit, I must admit. So if it's sort of a moderate heat, I'm okay with that. But if it gets to like very intensely hot, above like 90 Fahrenheit, what I would class as pretty intensely hot, and just think of some of those days that we had last summer, then that does get a little bit too much for me. I do struggle to cope with that. So I'm alright with moderate heat, but not with very intense heat. Okay, let's have a look at one or two more. So Dylan Holbrook is with us. So good afternoon, Dylan. Thank you so much for tuning in to our live stream this afternoon. We've also got Duncan Ward with us. So good afternoon, Duncan. Thank you so much for being here this afternoon. Shiram is saying hello, Gavin. If you had gone with the current charts for May, sea surface temperature anomalies, would be a clear tripod signature for most of us cold winter fans, but old charts is more marginal. Yeah, that's right, Shiram. So that's what I was struggling with this. So on the new version of the sea surface temperature anomaly charts, we appear to have quite a straightforward tripod signature. It's warm to the south of Greenland. It's cold through the middle of the North Atlantic from the seaboard of the United States over towards somewhere like west of Ireland, and then to the south of that through like the central tropical Atlantic, it's pretty warm. And it looks like we've got quite a straightforward three-way band of warm over cold over warm. But as far as the old version is concerned, and that's what I was basing this forecast on this year. Next year we will have to use the new version, although it will be quite interesting next year because we'll use the new version for current sea surface temperature anomalies, but we will still have to use the old version to compare back to. So will we be able to make a valid comparison? That's going to pose some real problems from next year's NAO forecast onwards. But for this year, it wasn't a problem. I was still able to use the old version, still make those comparisons back to the past. So yes, that's what I was struggling with the old version versus the new version. The old version is quite close to a tripole. Even that's pretty close to a tripole. So I think we judged it about right, sort of neutral to weakly negative. I think that was about the right place to pitch it, really. In around 5 minutes, we'll have a look at that observational data. I'll just try and answer one or two more questions. I've been so busy in the live stream. As I say, we're going to extend this out a little bit. I think this live stream will probably extend it for an extra 15 minutes or so. So see what you think about that. DS is with us. DS 1868 saying small negative NAO doesn't mean a cold winter. It's not a guarantee of anything, DS. Well done for pointing that out. There are no guarantees with the weather, and we never gave a guarantee with the NAO forecast either. So yes, you're correct. There are never any guarantees with our weather. It's due to where we are in the world. We're perched on the edge of the frozen landmass and the warm ocean. And so we have very, very conflicting signals, and there's never a guarantee. So well done DS for pointing that out. I've also got Iceman saying very interesting watch, Nao Forecast. Hopefully something good for this winter. Let's hope so, Iceman. I've got Kevin Barbas with us. So good afternoon, Kevin. Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. Saying afternoon, you good-looking people. Are you talking about me, Kevin? Been very warm here in North Essex. Had my first dip in the North Sea. I bet that was a bit chilly though, wasn't it? So Kevin's had a little dip. I bet it's a bit on the cold side. Sammy telling me it's quite thundery where he is in North Wales. And moving down, we've got Katrine Baso saying, good evening, Gavin and everyone. I hope everyone is having a lovely day. Thank you for tuning in, Katrine. I'm having a great day. Thank you so much. It's always a very special day at Gasworthy's when we release the Nao Forecast. So thank you so much, Katrine, for being with us. And I'm having a superb day. We've just hit 90 concurrent viewers. Hello. And thank you so much for tuning in. Can we get this to 100 concurrent viewers before the end of the stream? It will be interesting to see. But thank you so much, everybody, for being with us this afternoon. Don't forget to give us a like on the live stream. Let us know you've enjoyed it, or you are enjoying it. Let YouTube know that you did enjoy it as well. Right, Donald Penman is with us, saying it could be a cold winter this year. I think a lot of people are hoping for that, Donald, but really, really early days. Do keep that in mind. This is very, very early days. And yeah, so let's just see where we are when we begin the winter updates in September. By the way, first winter update is on Sunday, the 6th of September. Put it in your diaries. I think it'll be quite an interesting journey through the winter updates this year. Whew, very busy in the live chat this afternoon, and it's pretty warm here in Gasworthy's Towers as well, so I might be wilting a little bit by the end of it. So we go up to 95 concurrent viewers now. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. Can we hit 100 concurrent before the end of the stream? It'd be interesting to see if we do. Moving down, we've also got Craig saying my channel going from strength to strength. Hopefully, Craig, yeah. Things are really good at the moment. We're putting on quite a few subs. The viewer rates are going up. Things are pretty good at the website as well now, or getting better. Anyway, better than they were. Not back to normal, just to say we're without things like Glasto, which would be bringing a lot of extra interest at the moment. So without that, but nevertheless, things are a lot better. So like 2-3 months ago, I was in a little bit of despair about where things were going with the website and whatnot. But yeah, things have definitely turned a corner in the last couple of weeks for Gasworthy's. It really is down to the support that you have all given us. So thank you so much to each and every one of you for helping us get through this, what has been a very challenging period. But when there's adversity, when you've got challenges, there's also opportunities, as I always say, and so we have, we've developed things further. We've used this period to develop things. We're doing more content than we've ever done before. We're doing forecasts for America. We're doing forecasts for Europe. We're live streaming so much more now than we did, and so that is helping us to push things forward. So this crisis has helped us to generate new content and so on. So it's been a challenging time. It's been a nasty time for everyone. But we've got through it as a community. We've got through it together. And thank you so much to each and every one of you for the support that you have given us. We are pushing close to 100 concurrent. We're not quite there yet, but we may get there before the end of the live stream. In around 2 minutes' time, we'll have a look at some observational data, see what's going on with these thunderstorms, have a look at the short range. And a little bit later on in the live stream, we'll have a look at Peitao Peng's Analogues for the winter of 2020, 2021. Ross Miller is saying, hi Gab, does it mean a cold winter? I think talking about with the NAO forecast, not necessarily, Ross, just our starting point. We're possibly just swinging the pendulum slightly towards a negative NAO, but that does not guarantee that we'll have a cold winter. There are a lot of things that could go wrong. It's a 99 concurrent views now. A lot of things that could go wrong. Yes, so let's just wait and see. We are now up to 100 concurrent viewers. We popped up to 100 concurrent viewers just then. So we've done it. We have hit 100 concurrent. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. That is absolutely amazing. And thank you so much for doing that. And I can see, before we go off and do any screen sharing, I can see that we have also had a super chat as well. So let's see who has super chatted us. Arcade Trips UK. Arcade Trips UK has given me a super chat. Let's see what Arcade Trips UK is saying. You are more reliable than any other forecaster, including the Met Office. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Arcade Trips. That is absolutely great. I think you're Ryan. Arcade Trips, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much for your lovely comment. That's absolutely amazing. And I'm just delighted that everybody has been enjoying, is enjoying the content at the moment and finding what we're doing to be useful and enjoying it. But that's amazing. Thank you so much for that. And before I go off and do any screen sharing, I see that my good friend James Acril is with us as well. So our Analogues guru has arrived. Good afternoon, James. Thank you for checking into our live stream this afternoon. Would you like to see a little bit of a stream with myself and James at some point in the future? It's something that we've talked about. It is a little bit more difficult now to be able to do that because we don't have Google Hangouts to be able to get two people together and have a stream. So it's a little bit challenging to be able to do it, but I think there are ways around it. Something that James and myself have talked about in the past. So if you would like to see a live stream with myself and with our Analogues guru James, then please let me know through the live chat. And it could well be something that we have a look at doing at some point in the future. And great to see James, getting better as well. You all know that James has been very poorly, or was very poorly a couple of months ago. Had to have an operation, and it was quite a significant operation as well. So it's always fantastic to see James, and particularly at the moment, James getting back on his feet and getting better, and our Analogues guru is definitely returning to Gaz Weatherby. So he's not been away, but you'll be seeing a lot more of James's work in the coming months. Right, I'm running behind, so let's move on and have a look at that little bit of screen capturing that we're going to do. So for this section, I'm going to turn off the camera, I think. So I'll turn the camera off for this. I'll turn the webcam off, and we also need to turn the image off as well. We'll enable the display capture. There we go, we're display capturing, and we are at xcweather.co.uk, and our maximum temperature right now, somewhere across eastern parts of England, is up to 25 degrees. So where is that station flashing away? Let's just have a very quick look. So Cambridge is at 25 degrees centigrade right now. Not sure that's Cambridge Botanical Gardens, where we had that record last summer, or not. But anyway, somewhere in Cambridge has hit 25 degrees. More widely across eastern Britain, we're up to 22, 24 at Lakenheath, for example. We're also at 21 at Luton, and 21 at Cranfield as well. Persia is at 23, and we've also got Bristol at 19 as well. Sorry about that. So let's have a look at a few stations further north. Shawbury is at 15. Moving up to North Wales, we've got Carroll Currig at 19. We've got Pembrey Sands at 18. And we've got Carlingham at 15 too. Linton is at 22. And Drubalbin is at 19. I mean, into West of Scotland, it actually gets warmer. Seemingly, although we don't have too many stations up there, but we've got Tulloch Bridge at 23. Let's have a look at the radar picture from the weather outlook. So you can see there are some pretty big thunderstorms out there this afternoon. There they are. So as I said, around sort of mid to late morning, 11, 12-ish here in where I am in West Northants, the sky was looking pretty thundery. It's looking pretty ominous out there. I thought we was going to get a nice storm. But it's all pushed off up north, and there we are. That's where the thunderstorms are right now. We've got these bright colours. So in the North Midlands, we've got storms. North Wales too. Let's have a look at the lightning. There we go, flashing away across parts of North Wales. If we zoom in a little bit, see it flash away across parts of North Wales. Also, Mid Wales got some storms, and then into the west and North Midlands we've also got some thunderstorms flashing away there. As I say, where I am a little bit to the south of that, it's actually turned clearer through this afternoon. Please check out the weather outlook. I keep saying that my good friend Brian at the Weather Outlook has always been a great support to me. So as if I can give any support or whatnot to the Weather Outlook and to Brian, then I always want to try and do that, because I couldn't have developed GazWeatherVids.com in the way that I have without the support and without all of the encouragement and advice that Brian Gaze from the Weather Outlook has given me. So please check out Weather Outlook if you would like to do that. Let's have a look at a little bit of the data then. So we didn't do GazWeatherVids Sunny Roundup today, which means we haven't looked at the short range. So we'll have a very quick zip through that. This is the midnight run of the GFS. We're at weathercentral.d for this. So the next few days we keep things showery, further heavy showers, and there's also 12Z is coming out right now, so we might have a quick look at that as well in a moment. So showery, further heavy showers, possibly thunderstorms through to the middle part of the next week, and then heading in the second half of next week, they get a little bit of a ridge going, so it probably turns drier. We should lose those thunderstorms. Should be very warm, I would have thought, through the second half next week and into next weekend. I think we could see temperatures pushing into the upper 20s with that, actually, so potentially very warm for a few days at the end of the coming week and into the weekend. And then it looks as though moving up towards day 10, we start to get some lower pressure rolling in from the Atlantic. It starts to turn a little bit more unsettled as we go to the end of June. So we're back into unsettled flow. That's a very long way out, though, of course. Let's have a look at the GM, see what the GM was doing today. So again, we'll begin, like in the next few days, heavy showers, probably thunderstorms through Monday, Tuesday, and I would have thought they're likely to carry on into Wednesday as well. Have we got the hover enabled? Yes, we have. So into Wednesday again, showery conditions continuing then moving on into the more extended range going into the second half next week. So not as much pressure with the GEM. It's been such a consistent signal with the GEM versus the GFS that the GFS is always the one that's trying to build up ridges. The GEM is always the one saying no. GEM has actually done quite well, I think, over the past few weeks. However, as we're moving up towards day 10, it looks like the GM is starting to build up a ridge. And look at that. The GM actually gets us into a big ridge from the Azores high by day 10. That is proper summer getting going there as we go into day 10, which is the 24th of June. That would deliver us proper, sustained, very warm, probably hot, dry and sunny weather. So the GM has been very, very, if you like hot weather and dry weather, the GM hasn't been your model over the past couple of weeks. It's consistently been very unsettled, but that has delivered us by day 10 into a spell of very warm and dry weather. And let's just have a look at the ECM as well. So there's the ECMWF. Excuse me. So, again, we see that on Sunday, we've got a trough of low pressure over the top of the country, and as we go through into the early part of next week, so more showers coming up really through the early part of this week. Into the middle of the week and last stages of next week, then we're starting to get rid of that, excuse me, that trough of low pressure, starting to build up a ridge from the Azores. This is going to develop a big ridge. Let's have a look. This is a week away, certainly the 21st of June, a big ridge building up from the Azores high. And up to day 10, looks mainly dry and pretty warm there, ridge from the Azores. So possibly something is beginning to happen here. Possibly we're beginning to see signs of the Azores high starting to get a bit more ridgy in around the day 8, 9, 10 time frame. It's possible we are. Possible we could be. Shall we look at the 12Z GFS? It's updating as we're speaking, so I'm not sure how far we'll be able to get to that. So we can get up to day 10 anyway. Let's have a look at what the 12Z is doing with the GFS. And then I'll go back to YouTube for a couple of minutes, and then we'll have a look at Peitao Peng's Analogues. As I say, we're going to extend this live stream out a little bit. We'll probably extend it out to 15 minutes or so extra. So I think we'll probably look at Peitao Peng's Analogues for the winter of 2020-21, probably around 6 o'clock. How does that sound? But this is how the GFS 12Z is looking. So right now we're under a trough of low pressure again, bringing heavy showers, and as we know, there has been thunderstorms around as well. And then we move on into the more extended range. So we're going in second half of next week, and we're looking a little bit on the changeable side there. Are we going to get any ridge in from the Azores high? It's having a go at getting a ridge going across France there as we go into next weekend. So it's having a go at building up the Azores high, but also got this low pressure out in the middle of the North Atlantic. So that is a slight sort of complicating factor. Let's see what happens. Who wins? Is it the Azores high that wins, or is it that low pressure in the Atlantic? It looks like the Azores high is winning this. So as we go, it takes a little while, but as we go to like just over a week away, we have got quite a big ridge building just to our east there. And that's starting to draw up some very warm, probably hot air from the south. So something could be happening here. There could be some sort of pattern change that's beginning to appear within the model output, I think, as we go to like in around a week's time, either a ridge from the Azores or some sort of ridge building to our east. Looks like it's all going a bit thundery there as we get towards day 10. That's 24th of June. So it's starting to go a bit thundery. I'm probably trying to get back to unsettled weather beyond that. But that's a very long way out, of course. It's a really long way out, and we can't take that particularly seriously. But I think, reading between the lines of these models, we've got all the models trying to build up a ridge there, like in a week's time. So it could be that this unsettled first half to June is beginning to wear itself out, and it could be we're starting to see signs of ridging coming back, and that's exactly what we're expecting with regards to the summer forecast. We always said that early on the sun will probably be mixed, and the further on we go, the more chance of ridging from the Azores high and so on that we have, that we would have. So that's roughly what we expect, and it's interesting that we are seeing signs across both the GFS, the GM, and also the ECM, seeing signs of ridging. Of course, it's all like days 7, 8, 9, 10, so it's all a very long way out, and there are several things that could go wrong, several hurdles we've got to cross. This low pressure, let's go back, this low pressure just here in the North Atlantic in a week's time is a big low pressure. Its central pressure, I think, is around 985 millibars, so it's quite an autumnal sort of low, really. And that will be that's a complicating factor, definitely. That could send it all down the pan quite easily. You know, the low could just roll in over the top of that ridge that's trying to build up from the southwest. But as it is, it looks as though if you take the GM, the GFS and the ECM all together, it looks as though some sort of pattern change might be in the works towards higher pressure in around a week's time. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little screen share section. We'll be doing a little bit more screen sharing around 10 minutes time, of course. So we're going to have a look at Peitao Peng's Analogues then. But right now I'm going to put the image back up, so there we go, and I'll enable the webcam as well, and we're back, and I'll go back to YouTube, and I'll see what you've all been making of that little section. So thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. It's been a very, very busy stream indeed. I see that the live chat has been really, really busy while we've been doing that, so a big thank you to all of you. In around 10 minutes, we're going to have a look at Peitao Peng's Analogues for winter of 2020, 2021. There, I said it. I said winter 2019-20. That's still ingrained in the grey matter. Due to how many updates we did last year for winter 2019-20. So I knew at some point I was going to say that. But no, we're going to have a look at Peitao Peng's Analogues for the winter of 2020-21 quite shortly. Okay, so I've been really, really busy in the live chat, and I'm not going to be able to get everybody's comments in, unfortunately. But thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. As far back as I can go is to Savvy suggesting Discord. So I think that's for me and James to perhaps do a little live stream or something. Arcade Trips is saying use Zoom. Yeah, there are various possibilities. So if people would like to see me and James, do a little bit of a chat, then that would be absolutely great. It'd be absolutely fantastic, and it's something that I have talked about. It's so easy to do it if we've still got Google Hangouts, but it is more complicated now. But it's definitely something we want to do, and James is back to full health. Wayne Bingham is saying, hi Gav, hope you're okay. Love your live stream. Thank you so much, Wayne. That's really, really kind. Thank you so much for that. I've missed out quite a lot of comments, by the way, so if anybody asked a question or something, you can ask it again, and I'll try and pick it up before we wrap up the stream. We've also got Craig saying, I have a feeling you're going to get to 7,000 subscribers before the end of summer. Amazing energy for this live stream today. Thank you so much, Craig. Yeah, I wanted this live stream to be, a little bit special, but it is a special day. It's always a special day at Gaz Levitt's when we do the Nao Forecast. It's one of our biggest days of the year, so I wanted to bring plenty of energy back to the live stream. So thank you so much for that, and hopefully we'll get to 7K before too much longer. Richard is saying, in case this gets lost, according to Noah, May 2020 is thought to be slightly negative with the NAO at 0.41. So again, that sort of backs up where we've pitched our NAO forecast, Rich. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Shiram, he said, would be great to see you and James doing a live stream, so it's definitely something we want to do. Shiram, Nikki Patterson is with us, saying, glad you're getting better, James. So, yeah, all good wishes to James, of course. Paul Miller saying, glad that James getting better as well. MJB, 2411, saying nearly 100 people. We did hit 100 a little while ago, actually, MJB. We popped up to 100 concurrent, which is our biggest live stream that we've done since, I think, the live stream that we did for Storm Kara back in February. That one had over 120, I think. In around 5 minutes, we're going to have a look at Peitao Peng's Analogues, and we'll see what Peitao Peng is forecasting for the winter of 2020-21. Got it right that time. Moving down, Jamie is telling me thunder. Thunder, not snow, sorry. Not sure what that relates to. Katrine saying, James, good news that you are on the mend and that you're feeling well. Yeah, definitely. Nathan is with us saying, very warm here in Suffolk. Yeah, it's really warm in Gasworthy's Towers as well, Nathan. I'm sort of wilting a little bit as I'm doing this, but I'm okay. I'm enjoying it. It's a great live stream, so thank you so much, everybody, for all of the support. Jonathan Whitty saying, Gavin, looks like the warmth in Northants and South East was the seeding ground for storms Yeah, definitely, Jonathan. So the clouds really built up here, and then they all pushed off up north. There we go. Also got James saying, thanks all, I'll be getting back to doing analogues proper by winter 2021 updates. Yeah, definitely, James is going to be, we're going to be easing James in, though. There's going to be a couple of little updates coming up through the summer. It's going to be quite interesting. So watch out for those. Probably got one of those coming up around Wednesday or Thursday, I think. So we'll gradually ease James back in to the analogues, and then James will be back to full health when we get to the winter updates proper in September. Callum said, hi Gav, why weren't thunderstorms widespread, and what makes them isolated, bit gutted that there was none here in Pending, Cornwall? I think just because we're under a very shallow trough, Callum, so we're not triggering anything with like a weather front or something. We're just under a very shallow trough. When that happens, shower storms do tend to be quite hit and miss. But there we go. So just the general pattern that we're in, really. Early summer heavy showers and thunderstorms, quite typical, really for early June. 54 likes on the video, so if everybody can give us a thumbs up if they haven't yet, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Very shortly, we're going to look at Peitao Peng's analogues for the winter of 2020-21. They are very, very interesting. And I'll say no more, you'll see in a moment. Jonathan Whitty is saying GM looks like 76 setup. When you get those big ridges from the Azores to Scandinavia, that's always really interesting, isn't it, Jonathan? You know what you're looking for, I'm sure. And I know what we're looking for. It's always those big, sort of, to coin a phrase, strong and stable ridges from the Azores to Scandinavia. And when you start seeing that sort of setup, then you know that the summer is getting quite interesting, or potentially it is. Okay, so moving down, I can see that, and again, I've got to pull my glasses down, so just that my eyes aren't all that good, but I can see that cryptic ton mammoth. Cryptic mammoth. Saying only 84 days away from the start of winter updates here. Updates hate summer after 2011, so sitting 30 GCSEs in 30 degrees weather. So the winter updates will be here before we know it, Mammoth, definitely. They'll be here before we know it. Nathan G is saying that it was 23 degrees around 1 p.m. Yeah, that's right. Chris Taylor saying don't think ECM has updated. Yeah, that's right. So the ECM 12Z will update after 7 o'clock. So the ECM 12Z will be between 7 and 8 o'clock. What we looked at a moment ago was the 0Z, the midnight run of the ECM. And that updated several hours ago. So Sammy's saying, who else thinks ridges like that look so satisfying? I know you like your hot weather, Savvy, so you'll be pleased to see the Azores High coming back, I'm quite sure. Shiram is saying battle of low pressure in Atlantic and high pressure probably winning. So yes, that's definitely what we see there. That pattern that we have with the Azores high ridging could go badly wrong if that low pressure, quite a deep low pressure in the Atlantic, rolls in over the top. So we just need to wait and see how that plays out. But I think as we've got three models, the GFS, the GEM and the ECM, all sort of inching their way towards a ridge from the Azores. I think that's possibly the way things are trending in around a week to 10 days time or so. Kevin Barber saying, yes, Gav, sea temperature soon brought me back down to base ground. Very refreshing. I'm sure the North Sea was pretty chilly, Kevin. I'll just ask a couple more, and then we're going to look at Peitao Peng's analogues for the winter of 2020-21. So global weather update saying we're in a phase of EOF1 which means the tropical Atlantic will warm more substantially, and less trade winds, which means more hurricanes, which will result in having to get a cold winter. Possibly, yes, that's right, Global Weather Updates. You know that one of the things you look at is hurricane tropical storm activity. If you have a big season, then it's definitely possible that that will help feed back towards northern blocking. Dylan Holbrook sound quite excited for Tuesday with new and improved EC look ahead. That's going to be really good fun, I think, Dylan. I think with that, so we look to 6 weeks out now with the ECM Copernicus. And we've been able to do it for weeks and months, probably, maybe even years, and I wasn't aware of it until last week, when my good friend Sani made me aware of it. Yes, we're going to look, in the Tuesday video, I think we'll look at weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, as usual. I think we'll probably hold weeks 5 and 6 back for Wednesday's live stream. How does that sound? Let me know what you think about in the comments. Also, we've got Mark Kinnear saying, "Hi Gav, hope you're well. I'm good. The tripod with it not being warm around Green, does that mean definitely no cold winter or not?" If you've seen the NAO forecast, Mark, you'll know that what we're looking for is a freeway band, and we have got that on the new version of the sea surface temperature anomaly maps from NOAA. We're pitching our NAO forecast to neutral to weakly negative. So from an NAO Atlantic forecast perspective, it looks like it's all to play for this winter. It could swing either way. We're not guaranteeing a cold winter, but neither are we saying it's going to be a mild winter. We're going to need to do many more winter updates, and that'll be getting going from September. Savvy saying, "Good vibes on this stream." Definitely, this has been an absolutely fantastic stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for getting us to 100 concurrent viewers and for getting us to 61 likes. It's been a fantastic stream, and we're not done yet because it's very nearly 6 o'clock, and we are going to have a look at Peitao Peng's analogues for the winter of 2020-21 right now. We're edging back up to 90 concurrents, so I think this is what a lot of people have been waiting for. I've left you waiting long enough. It's 6 o'clock. Let's have a look at Peitao Peng's analogues for the winter of 2021. I'm going to turn off the webcam once again, and the image is going to disappear as well. We're going to do some more display capturing, and we're going to move over to have a look at Peitao Peng's analogues. And here we go. These are the latest. So this is the 200 millibar height anomaly for the winter of 2020-21 from Peitao Peng, covering the covers the period of November, December, January. So it's just outside the winter. But look at that. It's still the same story that we've been seeing from Peitao Peng's analogues over the past few, months. We've been looking at these. I think we started looking at these when we did the first lockdown live stream, which would have been like early April, I think, or mid-April. So I've been looking at these now. This will be the third month, I think, but we've been looking at these. The signal remains consistent, and we may have looked at them before that even in Gav's Weather's Sunday Roundup, actually. It's been a consistent signal for several months. Northern blocking being forecast here with Peitao Peng's analogues for November, December, January 2020-21. High pressure parked over Greenland and within the northern latitudes. Low pressure, these blue colours down here, down towards Spain. So it's a little bit difficult to make us out on any of these charts because we're always kind of like pushed onto the extreme right-hand corner of the chart as you're looking at it. But that's where we are just there. I haven't got the highlighter to show you this, but we're just there. I hope you can all see us okay for UK and Ireland. So we've got these blue colours, that's Spain, if you like. And over here on this sort of far left-hand side of the chart, that's like Germany and so on. And down into Mediterranean and France and most of the areas. So we've got a trough of low pressure to our south. We've got a blocking area of high pressure to our northwest, centred around Greenland. And it looks like we're pulling in the wind from the northeast with that. So you would expect quite a cold, you'd expect quite a cold 3-monthly period, definitely. At the very least, you'd expect that to be pretty chilly. Let's have a look at the actual 200 millibar height anomaly from Peitao Peng this month for the winter of 2020-21. Let's have a look at it. Here it is. There we go, and if anything, the blocking is strengthened. So the 200 millibar height anomaly for December, January, February 2021 is strengthening that block around green. Look at those deep red colours. That's a proper, that is a proper blocking area of high pressure. At the same time, the trough is deepening across Europe. So we come down here to Spain, again you see the blue colours have darkened. If we go over here to central parts of Europe and down to Mediterranean, blue colours are darkening. The isobars, if there were isobars with this, which of course they're not, but if there were, the isobars showing us the wind direction would be tilting into the northeast, if you see what I mean. So that is looking like a cold winter to me for many parts of northern Europe, and it has been a consistency with Peitao Peng's analogues. Again, please bear in mind, this is a very, very long way out. I still shouldn't really be showing you all of this stuff that I'm showing you. I shouldn't be doing it, but when we did decide doing lockdown live streams, I wanted everybody to have a good time and to enjoy themselves with the live streams and so on. But please do bear in mind, this is really early days, and I'm not sure what it is, but Peitao Peng is picking up on. Maybe it's the tripole-esque signal within the Atlantic. I don't know what it's based on. Sea surface temperature anomalies. So I would assume the tripole-esque signature in the Atlantic must be having some sort of bearing on this. But please do bear in mind, it's really, really early days for this. So next month we might get a shock, or in August we might get a shock. But at the moment it is a consistent signal from Peitao Peng's analogues for northern blocking for the winter of 2020-21. This is January, February, March. Again, it looks very blocked, very much a case of high latitude blocking. All of these deep red colours up here within the northern latitudes. That is clear high latitude blocking with proper blocking ridges up to our north. Deep low pressure underneath it around Spain and going off into many central southern parts of Europe. It leaves us bringing in the wind from an east or northeasterly direction. Probably. So it looks like all three tri-monthly periods of November, December, January, December, January, February, March. It looks like all three tri-monthly periods have a northern blocking signal. They're potentially cold, potentially wintry, snowy for northern parts of Europe. I'll show you the temperature anomaly. So this is the temperature anomaly for December, January, February. I mean, for us it's not overly cold, and that's because of where we are in the world. So sort of average to slightly below average, and that's because we're next to the ocean and we've got the landmass next to us. But we see that Spain, for example, is very significant cold average. Coming over here to this side of the chart, we've got central Western Europe looking significant cold average on the temperature scale. I'm not sure if you can see the temperature scale, but the anomalies are going down to like 2 below average through many parts of Western Europe. And given this pattern that we have here for December, January, February, this northern blocking pattern, I can see no reason at all, while at least some of the time we won't bring that very cold air in from the east and from the northeast. So I think that would be a cold, be a cold UK winter. The anomaly isn't as dramatic for us because of where we are next to the ocean. But given the northern blocking signals that we've got here, I can see no reason why that wouldn't be a cold or potentially very cold sort of northern European winter, and why we in the UK and in Ireland, where we do have a lot of people watching as well, why we wouldn't be brought in on that. So again, another very interesting update from Peitao Peng. We'll look at these again next month in a live stream next Sunday. We may get a shock, as I say. We may get we may find that these suddenly flip, showing something milder. At the moment, it's been a consistent signal for northern blocking from Peitao Peng's analogues, and that has continued for this month's update as well. Okay then, so I think that we'll go back to YouTube, and we'll probably be here until around 6:15, and then we'll probably wrap up the live stream, because it's been a very long live stream this. So I hope you've all enjoyed it, making it a little bit more extended, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly had a blast doing this. I've had a really good time, and I think it's been one of the best live streams that we've ever done, really. So So yeah, I've had a really great time with this live stream. Right, let's get back to YouTube then, and we'll just see. Excuse me, we'll just see finally what you made of that little bit with Peitao Peng's Analogues, and then we shall wrap up the live stream. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us in this live stream. It's been absolutely great. It's been really fantastic. I've had a blast doing this. So Alpha SB is tuned in, saying that she thought it started at 6. Oh dear, sorry about that, SB. No, the schedule is Wednesday at 6, Sunday at 5, and Friday night just whenever we feel like it, really, and having a bit of a laugh if we feel like on a Friday night. But thank you for being with us. And anyway, you can play back the live stream. It's been a really great stream. Has been a fantastic stream. So do play it back, and it'll be absolutely great to have a listen back to it. So what are we making of Peitao Peng's Analogues then? So let's move down. I would think it's generated quite a bit of interest. We've also got Eva. Let's have a look at that. So that's Evitar Cohen. Great to see new names. Always fantastic to see new names in the live streams. Evitar Cohen is saying, thank you. You translate the language models that every person will understand. I've always wanted that to be the main aim of Gaz Weathervid. So I'm very, I'm really pleased that you've been able to pick up on that. I've always wanted this to be a channel and a website and videos and content that anybody can enjoy with any level of meteorology. So if you're if you're a professional meteorologist working for the UK Met or whatnot, hopefully you enjoy our content. And I know we do have people at UK Met watching our videos and enjoying our content. I know I've been told that by some people there. So if you're at that level, then I hope you enjoy our content. Conversely, though, if you are just an everyday person who watches, with a little bit of an interest in the weather, likes snow or something, and likes thunderstorms, something like that, and watches the weather on the BBC, but doesn't have any sort of particular knowledge of weather and models and so on, hopefully you can also get something out of our content, and that is something I've aimed for with Gaz Weathers right from the very beginning. I've been doing this since 2012, and I wanted it to be inclusive for everybody. If you see what I mean, I wanted everybody with any level of meteorology to be able to enjoy the content. So I'm really, it's really great that you've picked up on that, and that shows that I'm getting it right. Hopefully I am getting it right when I'm doing the videos, and I'm pitching it right for this to be something that everybody can enjoy, whatever their understanding and knowledge of science and meteorology and so on is. So thank you so much for that. Sean Hazel is saying, hi Gav, is there going to be any thunderstorms in the southeast corner tomorrow? So probably not tomorrow, Sean. I would think more Tuesday is likely. There may be a road shower storm tomorrow in the southeast, but I would think Tuesday is more likely, really. So Tuesday is going to be the big day, I think, and then the shower storm risk probably starts to ease off later on in the week. Jamie's telling me lightning on the radar. Yeah, there's been some big storms around today. Paul Miller is getting excited. I think that's about Peitao Peng's Analogues. Do please remember, Paul, it's such early days on this. So yeah, just let's everybody keep our feet on the ground. We might get a nasty shock next month when Peitao Peng does his update next month. We might see the blocking signals reduce. At the moment, it is, I have to say, I'm looking at these month by month, and every time I look at them, I'm always expecting that they'll show a much milder scenario. Every month, they still keep showing the blocking signals. So I'm surprised that it's this consistent. I'm still expecting that at some point they're going to flip into something milder. But as each month goes by, then of course it gets a little bit more interesting. And if this is still going on by September, if we're still seeing these strong northern blocking signals by September when we start winter updates, then I think it will be time to start, getting a little bit excited maybe. But it's still such early days at the moment, and I don't want anybody to be disappointed if there's a flip next month. Arcade Chips is telling me that you couldn't see the far left-hand side of the screen. It's cut off. So, sorry about that. But I think you got a rough idea anyway of what it was showing. Hopefully you did. We also got Nikki Patton saying, I hope it's right. Global weather update saying, oh my. Savvy's excited. Alpha SP is excited about that too. Richard Trott saying here in the northeast, I would be in my money. Yes, definitely those beastly easterlies, Rich. They'd be bringing you some interesting weather up there, I'm sure. Also, Alpha SB saying, I wonder if it's normal for these models to go for this so early on. Remember, this is an analog, so it's not like a computer-generated thing. This, what Peitao Peng does with this is looks at sea surface temperature anomalies in the ocean, particularly, I suppose, the Atlantic Pacific, probably the Indian Ocean too, looks at sea surface temperature anomalies in any given month. In this case, these were generated back in May, or the anomalies from May, anyway, and then goes back to past years and creates an analogues-based forecast, a forecast when the sea surface temperature anomalies had a similar anomaly, if you see what I mean. So this isn't actually computer generated. This is being generated by like a living human being, if you like, Peitao Peng, using analogues. So it's a little bit of a different way of forecasting, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. Of course, and some people probably say that analogues are a little bit more reliable than computer-generated forecast, but I think it's a little bit late in the day to get into that. Sally saying, everyone, we all must pray together every night before bed. Please, Eastern Cubio, please sprinkle some holy water. Yes, I think so, Savvy. Paul Miller saying we can dream, Gav. Also, I'm going to wrap this up very shortly. Thank you so much, everybody, for being with us. It's been an absolutely fantastic live stream. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I think we've had a really great energy about this live stream, and I think this live stream actually sets us up well for when we start live streaming with winter updates. How does that sound? We'll start doing live streams with winter updates, of course, from September, and this sets us up really well for that. So thank you so much, everybody. It's been absolutely fantastic live stream. I've really enjoyed this a lot. So just a couple more. So Katrine is saying, Gav, it's a great live stream, and you are a wonderful compare. It'd be wonderful if high pressure in Peitao Peng's analogues would make a memorable cold winter. Thank you so much, Katrine. I'm so pleased that you have enjoyed this live stream, and I've enjoyed doing it. It's been one of the best live streams that I've done, I think. So thank you so much. And yes, all we can do is sit back and wait and see what happens with the analogues that Peitao Peng will be doing in the next few weeks. Jamie is saying it's been a good live stream, been a great stream. So thank you so much, Jamie. We've got James Jukebot saying top notch, Gav. Graham Doolan is saying this has been an amazing live stream, Gav. Many thanks. Take care, everyone. All the best. Thank you so much, Graham. Really pleased that you've enjoyed the live stream. Iceman is saying this has been an amazing stream. Thank you, Gavin, for all you do. Thank you so much, Iceman. That's really kind. DS is saying well done, Gav, a great stream. Thank you, DS. And carrying on down. We've got Richard Trott saying, Richard is saying I will be out with cameras videoing when not at work. So you're already planning then, aren't you, Rich? You're already planning for when the snow starts coming in on those beastly easterlies. All right, we've talked for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Thank you so much, everybody, for what has been an awesome live stream. I really have enjoyed this live stream so much. I think it has very much you know, it's very much boosted and supported the Nao Forecast, and I just hope you've all enjoyed watching this live stream as much as I have enjoyed doing it. I'm going to turn off the webcam for the last time, and all that remains really is just to say that you know, the recording schedule that we've got coming up over the next couple of days on Monday, Tuesday, you know what's coming up over the next couple of days, and we'll have our next live stream at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, and that's going to be a really great live stream as well, hopefully, and yeah, so you know what's coming up over the next few days, and thank you so much everybody for being with us. Thank you to Savvy for moderating this live stream. One point we had over 100 concurrent viewers. It's been a very, very active live stream indeed. I say this is the biggest live stream we've done since, I think, the stream that we did for Storm Kara back in February. So it's been a really busy stream. Savvy's had his work cut out, and thank you so much, Savvy, for moderating this live stream. Don't forget to check out Savvy's channel and episode 35 of his survival series. It's an absolutely fantastic watch, and please go to Savvy's channel when I cut off this stream and have a look at that. Right then, so fantastic stream. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll be back on Wednesday at 6 o'clock, looking at the 12Z, GFS, GM, and UK Met, and we'll also have a look at the week 5 and 6 ECM, week 5 and 6 ECM anomalies. So that will be on Wednesday. Next Sunday, in the live stream next Sunday, I think with that one, we're probably going to look at the Beijing Climate Centre for winter 2020-21. How does that sound? We'll have a look at Beijing Climate Centre and see if it's as interesting as Peitao Peng's Analogues. Please give us a like on the video before you go, and that's absolutely great. Thank you so much, everybody, for a fantastic live stream, and I'm going to cut things off there. So just absolutely thanks so much, everybody, and have a great rest of your Sunday evening. Stay safe and stay well, and we'll see you soon.